And here we are. Welcome to the Free Idea Podcast. And
Thank you for having me.
like I said, um there's no expectations because like barely anybody watches it. Charlene is saying hi. You remember
Hey,
Charlene?
Shirley.
Yeah.
Of course. What do you mean? Do I remember Shirley? I remember her more than you. And
yeah, we're
congrats, you got a wedding date, have you?
yeah, next week.
Amazing. What?
Next week we're doing the
You getting
court.
married next week?
Yeah, literally
No way.
this Saturday.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. And then we're doing
Oh,
the celebration like on March.
March. Wow.
Yeah. But there's something very special about this episode is episode number 23.
Yeah.
And I wanted to I wanted like as soon as I saw that number, I was gonna upload a video and I saw 23 and I just got memories from you because you have a company that is 23 and your favorite number is 23. So I was like, oh,
Yes.
let me give a call to James. And like it would be great if I could do a video with him on this particular number of episode.
Yeah.
But
Thank you for thinking about me.
yeah, I remember we had plenty of stories that 23 is like a magical number that shows up in your life.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, have you had any other times after we met, like since we have separated, that you've seen 23 appear again?
Af- After we met.
Maybe like since I've left China.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I see it every day, like unexpectedly. Like now it's just part of my life. Like I wake up eight and it's 8:23. I see a bus and it's the number 23 bus. Like it's just part of my life and then now and I just know that when I see it I feel good and it keeps me motivated and I know I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing type of thing.
Nice. I would do want to ask you if you can let us know what number 3 means to you and what you have been working on. I know you have like a clothing company that you've been calling number 23.
Um, the the original idea and plan was to go into a fashion and lifestyle brand, and I called it Number 23. And this brand was a bespoke fusion of Indian culture and Western lifestyle, and it represents me in a brand basically. And the inspiration came from like peacock and how beautiful and extravagant they are, and just just like how naturally beautiful these peacock feathers are and stuff. So I wanted to incorporate that into clothing and fashion. And so I did get my head down in 2019 and created the image and the look for number 23. And it came out exactly or how I wanted it, but I think even better than what I thought it would be. It came out really beautiful. Um, but at the time of starting the brand, it was just not a sustainable idea because um, working full time and then working full time for my brand too, and it just wasn't sustainable at the time. So that's why I decided that I needed to go away somewhere, anywhere around the world, just to take a break and have an experience before I go like hands on into my career. And yeah, that's when I went to China and I met you. Well, this is the first day I was in China.
Yeah.
I think it was the first day or the second day I was in China and we went for dumplings. But yeah, so for with with China, I thought yeah that it would be a good opportunity for me to like look for manufacturers and source so any clothing material supplies
And you did
that I
make
would.
two shirts, or like a shirt and a pant.
Yeah, so that was before China. I made two jackets, one long jacket, one short jacket. I made two pieces, one gold one jade one. I made a shirt. This was all for the photo shoot that I had in Marrakesh. I done it very professionally when I flew out. Um, Hair and makeup, photographer, videographer. I had a beautiful riad for 2 nights, and all the models actually were my best friends, and it was like one of the most amazing holiday slash business adventures that I did. It was really, really, really amazing time. Um, but yeah, and I could see what my future could be like. But yeah, as I came to China and went through lockdown on my own and trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, I went, I, I thought about it a lot, and I decided that actually I don't want to go into fashion as much anymore. I would like fashion to be part of the brand, but I don't want fashion to be like the main aspect of it. And so I want a brand. I want it to be a lifestyle brand, yeah, experiences and lifestyle. I can't. It's I'm still on this journey of figuring out exactly what I want, and I'm currently traveling right now. I'm in Costa Rica, and so this is my time now to really focus uh, on exactly what I want to do in the future. So I really still love my brand. I want fashion to be part of it, but it's not going to be the main focus. So now I'm changing the main focus. So I'm glad I had that experience in China to like really think about it, because if I went full blast with number 23 and I ended up being disappointed because I didn't have the passion for going into fashion anymore, like it would have been, yeah, quite heartbreaking. So I'm glad I didn't have so much invested in it at the time. And and yeah, so
That
now it's
sounds great.
giving me, yeah, now it's giving me a completely, I'm open to new ideas now. And this is another, yeah, it's giving me another opportunity to really think about exactly what I want to do. So yeah,
That sounds great. No, that's a great response. I didn't know because we haven't talked in so long, but
yeah, we haven't talked in so long. Yeah,
definitely you changed your view from
yep,
close to a
yeah,
lifestyle, and then
yeah,
looking into what else to make it into. But that's a great journey. And I'm happy for
yeah,
you, man. Like you being in China for far longer than I was, and you being all over Asia and Japan and now Costa Rica, you're traveling still. And it's a fun
yeah,
life, definitely full of growth. And I just wanted kind of to ask you that question to lay a foundation of also why the number 23 is so important to you. Um, but I also want a fun story of both of us. I think on the 23, only like a few days after you and I met, because we would talk a lot about our passions, and then you talked about the law of attraction. And it was the
yeah,
23 of October
yeah.
that Charlene and I became boyfriend and girlfriend.
Wow.
And then that was always funny to me because you introduced this number in your talks and you told me many stories where this number came, but I was alongside you. And then
Yeah.
number 23 meant something for me after that, and I just can't forget it. I can't.
Amazing.
And the great part is I never forget my anniversary. Let's say it's really tough.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know what it is about this number, but like when I speak with my friends about this number, like it just also ingrained in them too. Like it becomes part of their life somehow. Like when they see it, they always think about me, or when they see it, they know it's a significance in their life too. Because what what they're seeing in the surroundings when they see it, like I don't know, it's for everyone really. Like I'm just going like full throttle with it, I guess. You know?
It's funny how it appears in people's lives.
Yeah,
I know how it appeared in my life, and then we would be walking on the subway, I remember, and you would just point out the like posters of commercials, and there was the number 23 there, and say, "Hey, there it is."
yeah,
It's like, what
yeah.
are you doing? Some magic here,
Yeah,
looking at this
it
number.
literally just pop up anywhere, everywhere.
No, but it's great. It's great story that you have, and great ambitions. I definitely, I'm happy for you that you're still out there enjoying. And I see your posts. I know we don't speak, but I still stalk you. And I'm like, oh yeah, that looks great. James is having fun. So I'm always happy to see that. And then I wanted to reach to you, to do this podcast. And I'm looking at WeChat, right? So I send you a message. You take long to respond. So I go to your Instagram, and it's like, this dude has like 6,000 followers. Is he even gonna see
Oh
my
no.
message? Yeah, you have something crazy. You have more than
No,
me.
it's not a lot at all. You can check again.
You got some number in the thousands. I'm like, it's famous now. I can't reach him. No, but I'm glad that you saw the message. And then we wanted to speak like another day, but you had, this moment on. I think your life is always like that. You're on the go. As a
Yeah.
person, when I met you, you're always doing things. And even then, you would invite me to things, and I would always, unfortunately, decline because the way I am. But you would
Yeah.
always extend your hand. And now that you're on the go, just feel free whenever you have to leave. uh, we just ended the podcast and like that. So I'm not holding you hostage, you know.
Okay. All right.
But
No worries.
definitely,
Yeah.
what's one thing that you've learned um, from all your travels about, let's say, about stress? Let's say about stress, because I know that it's very stressful to travel everywhere, and maybe stress and fear. Is there one thing that you've learned that you would like to share?
Um. Well, I can be completely honest with you. I never, ever, ever, ever get stressed out about anything. Like I, I don't remember the last time I was stressed out.
It's
But one thing I learned about traveling, but now one thing I learned from China. This is what China's made me learn. Made what China's given to me is the knowledge of just like, do you not have any expectations so you don't get disappointed? You know, like the first time when I was in China, I booked to go Vietnam for 3 days, and then our HR lady approved it. And then a week before I was going, she said, James, I need your passport. And I said, why? She said, oh, I made a mistake on your visa and we need to resubmit it or something and I need your passport. And I was like, what about Vietnam? She said, you can't go. And then from that day, I was like, wow, this is what China's going to be like. And I knew it. And ever since then, it's like these things change in one day and you just have to carry on with it. Like you cannot stress about it. And if you're planning something, you have to always think that something it might not go ahead. But like it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. But if you have no expectation, then you won't get disappointed. And now this holiday actually in this week, I was meant to go to two other countries. So I'm in Costa Rica. I was meant to go to Nicaragua, that's how you say
Sí,
it, and
Nicaragua.
yeah, and I had a bus booked and everything. And the day before, we found out that we couldn't get a boat to the island that we was meant to go, and that was like 4 hours before we was meant to get the bus. So we couldn't go to Nicaragua. And then 2 days ago, we was meant to go Panama, and we had a shuttle bus booked at 12 p.m. And my friend wakes up at 10 a.m. and her face is swollen and
Ooh.
from sunstroke or something. So we obviously couldn't go because she's not well. But like, if I really wanted to go and had that like desire to go, like and that expectation, oh yeah, I'm going to Panama today and blah blah, I would have been really disappointed and I would have been frustrated with her. But actually, I was completely fine. Like her health is the most important thing. So like, yeah, we didn't go obviously, and I don't feel any stress about it or I don't feel bad about it, like because I don't have any expectation. So just like I'm really like, if you have no expectation, your life should be really stress free.
That's a great piece of advice. No, no expectations and no worries, no stress.
Yeah, no worries, no stress at all.
Hakuna Matata. But I do
Uh,
think, how do you keep how do you keep the belief of having no expectations? Because of course, after you travel so much and you have seen so much, eventually you sort of do expect something, at least, at least for, I don't know, the tickets to be there, or the place that you're going to be beautiful or to have a good time. You at least expect something, but how do you keep yourself from not expecting?
I think it's called going with the flow,
Right.
and especially well with the experience I just had now, I didn't go to Panama, but I had the most amazing time with some Costa Rican locals. Just like yeah, well, we was partying, but like just the flow of energy, like from a party to a street party to a after party on the beach in a tree house, like the flow is like amazing. Like I didn't expect that. I didn't know it was gonna happen. I didn't plan it. It just happened, you know. Like and it was amazing, and it was probably a better experience than I would have had in Panama. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like yeah, so just just go with the flow, really.
Yeah, well, I like that message. Go with the flow. Although
Yeah.
it does, um, not going with any expectations, does it affect any planning? Like, does it get in between plans? Because obviously you do have to plan to go
Yeah.
here, go there. So how, yeah, does it ever get in the way of planning?
Yeah. Um, and that's happened this trip. Like I said before, we planned and booked things and it just didn't happen.
Okay.
So actually right now we're just like so we want to go to a waterfall in 2 days, but we need a day of travel to get there. So we booked our coach time. We booked our coach today, but there's only like a 12 p.m. coach available to get to the capital, San Jose. And then the next coach to the other town is at 6 p.m. So we're like, it's going to be like a real rush. So we
Mm.
have a backup plan. Like we stay in San Jose and then go straight to Tamarindo, where we're meant to go for a festival anyways. So once again, like I don't know, I guess it's just having like a backup plan anyways. Because this is not our country. Like we don't know that the online bus times are not correct. Like we have to
Right.
physically be at the bus station and know the time. And if there's available seats, and if there's no seats, there's standing seats, which means we have to sit down on the floor of the bus for 5 hours, which we did.
Yeah, I've been
But
there.
we had a really good time on the floor of the bus, speaking to other backpackers about their travels. Like, so yeah, once again, just go with the flow. Like, yeah.
Right. No, that's
But that's what traveling's for, though. Obviously, if you have like a 2 week holiday, then it's very different. Like, if you know you're going to Costa Rica for 2 weeks and you only have 2 weeks off, then yeah, you definitely should have some expectations. Like, I want to see the waterfall, I want to see the volcano, I want to go to the beach. That's for sure. Like, that should be on your list. But definitely when you're traveling, like, yeah, you want to go to these countries, but like things happen, and so you just gotta understand and be flexible and be yeah a bit open minded and you might just have a better time. Like you might meet a local and they'll take you to their house and stuff like that. Like
Sure.
maybe one day you wanted to go to the waterfall, but you meet a local and they take you to their house and you have an amazing time with their family. Stuff like that. You know?
And
Yeah.
what would you tell someone who gets very frustrated? Because I know there's people when plans change suddenly. Well, how do you tell them to chill? Because if you tell them to chill, it does the opposite. They get angrier.
And I'm not telling anyone to do anything. So that what can you do? Take a breather? Like I don't know what's the advice really. It's just
You
with your
basically leave
person.
them be.
Yeah, let them be. It's their own personality.
Well, that explains now my life.
So
No, I'm
that's
just
you.
kidding. Nah, no, I'm just kidding.
That's
Like,
you.
oh, that's why everybody's angry around me. No, no, that's not me. So I'm just like telling everybody, chill, chill, please. But it never does that. No, but it's an interesting take. Go with the flow. It's something that I believe we tend to forget most of the time,
Yeah,
especially me right now, because I have to plan a lot of things with the marriage and just anything basically, and it's
yeah,
just never goes the way, and it doesn't go
yeah,
in a positive way. But nah, we'll see it. Go with the flow. This is the right
yeah.
message. I like it. And how are you on time, James? I hope I'm not holding you.
Yeah, I might have to go soon. Yeah,
All
I'm getting
right.
my tattoo at 6:30, so I've got 15 minutes. I need to get there.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
you got
Well,
another
let's.
question?
Gonna think of one on the spot. Let's end it with something nice and happy. The best memory that you've had so far in your travels.
This travel.
Let's say this one, yeah, because you had so many.
Um, Honestly, like I've just had the most incredible 2 days. It's just been amazing. Like the the people that you meet, and then they connect you with their friends, and they connect you with another friend. And okay, I'll give you an example. So 2 days ago, two cars after all the bars and clubs closed, two cars pulled up and opened their boot up, and they had the biggest speakers in the cars. So we had a block party in Puerto Rico in Costa Rica, and it was just literally amazing. And it was just like everyone's just vibing, dancing outside, and then this girl comes up to me. She said, "I really like the way you dance. I like your style." And so we're vibing, we're having a good time, blah blah. Anyways, later on, I decide I want to walk home. Well, maybe because I couldn't get transport, but I also really like the walk. It's just one street, but it takes like 20 minutes along the beach. And when I was walking, she, and this is like hours later, she actually rides past me with her group of friends. And she's like, "Where you going?" I was like, "I'm going home." She's like, "Yeah, come with us." I was like, "Okay." And then so she gets off her bike and we're just walking together. Her friends go off. So yeah, we go to the beach, we watch sunrise, and then we end up meeting with her friends, and then I met one of her friends, and then the next day I go to his house, we're chilling, and then he said, "Yeah, we'll go out tonight." So that night he came over to my hotel with his friends, and we had a drink and stuff. But one of his friends was staying at my hotel, and he spoke to me early in the day, and I obviously didn't know who he is. And he said, "Oh, I really like your tattoo." And I was like, "Thank you." And I didn't really engage in conversation with him. And I saw him again, and he was like, "Hola." And I was like, "Hello." And then that's it. So when my friend came for a drink and said, "Yeah, I have some friends there too," it was that guy who complimented me about the tattoo, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't engage in conversation earlier with you. Like, thank you for complimenting my tattoo, blah blah." And and then we we were together the whole night. We had such an amazing connection, like super friendly, super chill, we were vibing all night. And then yeah, he's gonna give me a tattoo today, like right after this. Like honestly, like really, really amazing group of people here I've met.
Wow, whoa,
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. That story is crazy because it goes from one thing to another and it just keeps getting connected to other people. And
yeah, connected, connected, connected.
in
Crazy.
in the end, it's like how you're gonna finish this video. You're gonna go straight to that person, get a tattoo. You would
Yeah,
never have planned that.
fully connected. Yeah,
Just what goes with the flow. you'll end up you'll end up places you'll never know. But that's nice.
exactly.
Well, James, thank you so much for accepting my call. I hope we do more of this with more time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm also nervous because I'm not used to interviewing. Let's say I come up with things on the fly, but
Oh wow, you done great then.
Ali, no, it was great. Thank you so much. I mean, you did most of the work, the heavy lifting. I just came up with some
Yeah,
questions, um,
yeah.
but it was nice really seeing you again. I hope we definitely get in touch, and I wish you safe travels and a good
Thank
time
you.
over there
Take
in
care.
Costa Rica. I'm just
See
gonna go
you.
ahead and
Bye,
stop the
Damien.
recording.
Bye.